Welcome back to this already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I got the one and only Alan Paine here in my studios, and he is the president of the Rich Club. That's richclub.org, and a growing media personality as he's helped guest host segments for me. Does a fantastic job, and always delighted to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm just shocked you're still on the air after I guest hosted for you.
Well, I did be getting strange calls from the FCC that we do need to talk about. But, yeah, absolutely, you've done fine, and delighted to have you pinch hit for me. You do a great job. Tell us a little bit about the Rich Club, which is an awesome organization, and then introduce your guest today.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit trade association that deals with real estate investors. So what we do is we try to help educate, and we also try to offer networking opportunities, and we also help you build your team to for the new investor to build their team on like lawyers, contractors, and stuff like that. So today we did bring in another valuable member in Houston for your team, and that is Barry Feldt with Green Tree Foundation Leveling. Barry, tell us a little bit about what y'all do.
Hi, how you doing, guys? Basically, we're a foundation leveling company that kind of specializes in taking those houses that you go in and you kind of see sloping down, and we lift them up for you and make sure that the ground is level and that everything looks good. You can put your flooring down and all that kind of good stuff. Very good.
Tell us a little bit about the history of the company.
Well, basically, I've been in the foundation business for a little over 5 years. Green Trees started here in Houston, basically to help the Houston investor, with their foundation issues. We know that this city has a lot of foundation issues and a lot of things that we can help with. So we want to be there for our investors and make sure you guys have a good team member to help you.
Right. Barry and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, and one of the fun things to talk about is, when people see foundation, they run. So Barry, tell us a little bit the difference between you and why people shouldn't run.
Well, the great thing about being an investor here in Houston is that there's a lot of opportunities for you in areas that some investors are a little bit scared of, like you mentioned. A lot of times when someone walks into a home and then they see there's some foundation issues, it's such a huge red flag that they kind of turn around and start running away, thinking that it's going to be $20,000-$30,000 to get it repaired. There's a lot of retail companies out there that charge a pretty nice amount, for foundation repair. So it's understandable how some investors can be a little bit weary of that. Luckily, we're able to come in, to a home that an investor purchases and do the job at a much better rate, for our members. So whereas a company, that's a lot bigger than ours would probably charge anywhere from $500 to $600 a pile in order to do the repair, we charge $135 for our investors. So we're about a fourth of the cost of what a larger company is going to charge. So what that means for the investor is instead of $20,000 to do it, we can do a lot of jobs on average for about $5,000.
Do you work exclusively with investors?
We do. We can definitely take retail customers as well and occupied homes, but mostly investors is what our niche is. Absolutely.
Okay.
When it's occupied, y'all charge more. Is that correct?
Right? For an occupied home, there's some some extra things that obviously need to be done, some furniture moving and different considerations if there's someone there. So we're definitely able to do an occupied home as well, and we would charge $185 on something like that.
Is the price difference for consumers versus investors?
Correct. Exactly.
So tell them your price. It's not that bad.
Yeah, we do $135 if it's an investor, and we do $185 if it's just a normal.
Still significantly less than what others.
Still,
what kind of
definitely
warranty comes with that?
We offer a full transferable lifetime warranty. We warranty all the work that we do, just like most of the companies out there do. So there's really no downside, to our work, other than the fact that we're a lot less. That's an upside.
Yeah, that's not a downside. That's an upside.
Absolutely.
Well, the price is down, but anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, Alan.
I mean, honestly, in Houston, and Barry and I were talking about this earlier. People go to these houses, and most new investors run the other way, whereas the seasoned investor knows these guys like Barry, and we run towards. Now, Barry told me about a house in Spring Branch that tell us a little bit about. There are houses we can't do.
Right. When you go into a house and, the first thing you're looking at obviously is going to be the telltale signs of foundation issues. So, you're probably going to see cracks in the flooring, the ceilings, and the brick, things like that. And a lot of times, that's going to be no problem. It's something that we can definitely help and get the house lifted. Now, there are some extreme cases where there's houses that'll be on a fault line, where it's really just not possible to lift the house. But a good thing is that we do free estimates for all of our customers. So if you have a home that you're looking at and you're just not sure how bad the problem is or if it can be fixed, feel free to give us a call out there. We'll come out within about 24 hours and we'll give you a free estimate on what it's going to take to get it fixed.
I bet that house is on Westview.
It is, actually. It's right there. It's Westview and Blaylock.
You're very
close.
Right
there, our actually Bingle area, right north of I-10 in the Old Spring Branch area.
The garage
exactly
is 5 feet below the level of the
I've
house.
seen that house.
Yes, we all have.
There's a couple on Westview that are like that, and God bless them. You just look at it and it's like, what a disaster.
And he said there's nothing they can do. I mean, you
Right.
can't even build a new house on the lot.
On a home like that, it's pretty much there's nothing that we're going to be able to do to get it back to level or back up to code. So, on a house like that, it's definitely something that you want to be a little bit careful of.
Yeah. They ought to make it into a parking lot, except there's no reason
There's
to have
nowhere to
one
park
there.
it. That's right.
Even your car's going to get swallowed. That is incredible. So how long have you guys been in business, Barry?
Green Tree Foundation Leveling's been around for a little over a year. I've actually been in the foundation business for over 5 years, and my crew has over 10 years of experience actually doing the work themselves.
That's very good. Go ahead.
What about
This is my producer.
what
Stephen
about
Kramer.
what about doing the sidewalks and walkways?
Yeah,
in
we
front of the
definitely
home?
have a crew that can do the driveways and the sidewalks as well. We also can help out with the brickwork. Really anything that has to do with damage from the foundation, whether it's cracks in the bricks, cracks in the walls, driveways, sidewalks. We have crews that can definitely help you guys out and be able to repair any of those damaged areas.
Yeah,
that
you need to
have.
come out to my neighborhood because literally every sidewalk in the entire neighborhood has multiple levels.
And that's a great point too. When you're driving through a neighborhood and you're looking at a home and you're thinking about investing there, that can be a really good telltale sign that there's foundation issues in the neighborhood. Is the driveways. If you drive through, you see the sidewalks, you see the driveways, they're cracked up, they're all uneven. That definitely can give you a red flag that there could be some issues inside the house as well.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, can you tell us how to contact you?
Sure. It's Green Tree Foundation Leveling. I have a website. It's www.greentreefoundationleveling.com. And again, my name is Barry Feldt. You can contact me at 832-329-1687.
GreenTreeFoundationLeveling.com. And, of course, you can find out about our friends over there at Rich Club at richclub.org. What do you got coming up?
This weekend we have our what we call our general meeting. That's Saturday, and we're going to do deal or no deal.
Deal or no deal?
We're going to have.
How's that different from Deal a Minute?
It's very different. We're going to show people real deals, and we're going to have newbies there tell us, is this a deal or is it not?
Oh. So the newbie gets to cut his teeth to see how good he really is.
Right, and we're going to have 3 experienced investors and showing them the alternatives of what you could do with this deal.
Day, time, cost? What time?
That day is this Saturday. It is at the Rich Club, and which is at 43rd and 290, just off of there. And it starts at 9 o'clock, and deal or no deal starts at 10:30. For a guest, it's free, your first time there. For members, it's free.
So it sounds like it's free.
It's free.
Yeah, people need to go check that out. richclub.org and how to get there. Thanks to all of you gentlemen.
Thank
Great
you.
segment.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back tomorrow, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. Well, there, like it on Facebook. Follow it on Twitter. You've been listening to The Price of Business.